We got Coach Klieman on the show with us. Coach, good morning. Appreciate you taking some time and being here this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me, guys.
Always love having you on here in Wichita. And we've got just about 6 or 7 minutes here left in the hour, and so we'll get right to a few things. And we've got some fans that have asked some questions as well. But just overall so far, how did you like spring football? Did you see some good positive things, some things I'm sure you still need to work on as well?
Yeah, we do. We liked what we had in the spring. We're down a lot of kids injury-wise with season-ending surgeries. That mainly happened on the defensive side. All of our top linebackers and a number of our defensive linemen and even a couple of DBs were out, but we'll be full go in June. So a lot of our attention was focused on the offense, continuing that growth with Avery, continuing the growth with the skill kids we have. We brought in a couple of transfer wide receivers that I'm excited about that I think will help our offense to go along with Avery and Jace Brown and Dylan Edwards and Joe Jackson and our tight ends, but to bring in a couple more guys outside to help out at wide receiver. I thought the chemistry was built there, but we've got a lot of work to do, obviously, this summer and into fall camp.
How tough is it kind of going into a season not really knowing what your roster size can be? This is the craziest thing in the world to me, Coach, that, we were told that things had to be cut down to 105. I know guys like you didn't really like that because K-State's always had that development program where they've brought kids in and developed them. And now with this House settlement could go back up to 120. It's kind of crazy that is still an unknown piece to all this.
Yeah, welcome to college athletics right now.
Right.
It's May 6th, and nobody knows what their roster is going to be. It's one of the craziest, dumbest things I've ever heard of, to be honest with you. But it's the hand we're dealt, and it's the hand he's dealt. And some guys cut their roster size down in December and January. Some of us waited until as long as we could in April, and then they still don't have any answers. And some guys said, the heck with you, we're not going to do anything at all and hope that this stuff happens. And so what I don't like is some schools are going to have 120 to 130 kids, and some schools are going to be stuck at 105. And what we were trying to create with this rev share was parity and an equitable playing field, and we're losing that already before the House settlement's even done, in the fact of there's a lot of us that are move kids on, and most of those kids are finding new homes, which is great, but you're not going to be able to replace guys. And so it's just another thing in the line of college athletics that we've got to get fixed and squared away, because we've got to get everybody on a level playing field.
Well, and then you put that onto what K-State has to deal with, and in Iowa State in this case, you guys play an early game in another country. So now you have that on top of it that you got to deal with. One of the fan questions was, how are you handling this game? Is this more like a bowl preparation, or is this more like a start of the season game?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. It's more like of a start of the season, and then throw on the fact that it's a Big 12 game. For us, it's going to be as close as it was in 2021, coming off that pandemic year. We started early in the season, if you recall, at AT&T against Stanford. And so we're trying to kind of parlay it into that game rather than starting the season with an FCS opponent or having a long break. But now this is a short break, and we've already started to dive into Iowa State stuff. Just I know that they have dove into our stuff. We finished the regular season against them. Obviously, we both played in bowl games and won, but now we're starting right away against each other, and we know each other pretty well. I mean, we go there every year and have great respect for each other, but no, it's being treated not like a bowl game at all. It's a big-time conference opener that you've got to be clicking on all cylinders, and that's the thing that's difficult. They're going to face it just like we are. Both teams are going to have kids making their first either college start or first legitimate playing time. And really, it's whatever of those young players or new players and transfers, kind of fit the best with their program and can get off to a great, fast start.
Coach, do you like the fact that the conference game with Iowa State is being played in Ireland, or would you rather have it, at a home field, either in Manhattan or Ames? What's your thoughts about playing in Manhattan? How excited is your team to go overseas with that?
Well, that was kind of our choice. Gene Taylor and I spoke about it, and we know that there's some downfalls of taking away a home game and taking away an opportunity for the region to come watch us and for our community to have that economic impact. But with all the people that we had talked to with regard to going overseas and getting an opportunity, I went overseas to check it out in February, and it was my and my wife's first time across the pond. And so I think of that and said, there's these kids that are going to be between 18 and 24 years old that may never get an opportunity to go across the pond, and we're going to do this and celebrate our great game of college football. And they're passionate over there in Dublin. And so I thought I knew it was going to be give and take. I know there was going to be some people that were not happy about us about losing a home game, and we get that. Gene and I get that wholeheartedly. But we thought the benefits would outweigh that with the kids having an experience of a lifetime, and we wanted to, it's going to be center stage for the Big 12, and we need to find some of these opportunities for the Big 12 to be the center of attention, to be the game of the week, and that's something that we had to do so that we could get that, that advertisement for our league and that advertisement for our programs, because it's harder and harder right now with the SEC and Big Ten. So what a great opportunity to be kind of the focal point of college football.
Yeah, I think that is a great deal for the Big 12. There's no doubt about it, because we do hear so much about the Big Ten and the SEC, and to have that showcase, I think, is going to be a huge deal. Coach, sorry, we only got about a minute left. Hard break here at the top of the hour, but we do appreciate your time today. Hopefully we can get you back on maybe right before the start of the season. I know you'll be busy preparing for Ireland, but we do appreciate what time you did have for us today.
I appreciate it anytime, guys. Take care.
Thanks.